esteemed audience, we take it a notch higher through informative and intellectual debates here on Kenya's #1 debate platform. This is the Great Debaters Contest, Season 9, The Nationals. I am your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Esperanza Kapanga. We are having the semi-final level of the national debates. And today's motion states that university education is essential for achieving success.
In the proposition, we have Mpesa Foundation Academy.
And in opposition, defending their title as national champions are Kapsabet High School. Number one, you have 3 minutes to make a submission.
I'm Daisy Chepri from the Mpesa Foundation Academy, proposing the motion that states university education is essential for achieving success. Starting with the definition of terms, a university is a high level of educational institution in which students study for degrees and academic research is done. Essential means extremely important. Success, therefore, is accomplishment of an aim or purpose. In my team, we've defined success as achieving an educational level that will help you lead your future in a good way. Now, university is so essential because it gives you the required skills necessary for employment. This I'll refer to Mauritania. You see, Mauritania has a population of 3.89 million. That is according to the Guardian News. But do you know that 30.9% of this population is unemployed? These people are struggling with poverty. Do you know why? It's because they never enrolled in the university. They don't have the necessary skills they require in order to find the employment that will help them sustain their lives. Let us look at the top CEOs in this world. Mr. Nick Reed, the CEO of Vodafone. Just the other day, he visited my school. Do you know the advice he gave us? Please, kids, study, go to university, build a future for yourself. That is a CEO who studied at Princeton University. The Vodafone company right now is making so much profit. What does this tell us? This person went to university. He knows the essentialities that are required, that we get from the universities that make us successful people. The late Mr. Bob Colimo, he came to my school some day before he passed on. Do you know what he told us? He never stepped any foot in the university. I know, I'm aware. But do you know what he told us? Students, please study. And he made a promise to us. Anyone who gets a grade of a B or a B plus would definitely go to a university abroad. What do you think we do at school now? We dive into books, we read, because we know that in the university we are going to gain something that he never did. Yes, you might say that he succeeded, but he told us that because he knew there was something that he didn't get and that he would have gotten it if only he had gotten into a university. According to the UONBI.ac.ke, the first Kenyan satellite and the only Kenyan satellite, which was 10 centimeters cube, was a project by a University of Nairobi student. Through the university, we get to learn skills that help us practice our minds, sharpen our minds. Right now, if that student never went to the University of Nairobi to acquire further education, do you think we would be having that satellite? And as I finish, the Mpesa, which right now is in existence helping a lot of Kenyans, was a project by a Jomo Kenyatta University student. And this he presented to the Safaricom as a project. It was bought. That is according to the standardmedia.com. What is it doing to Kenyans right now? What is it doing to our world? It's changing it just because the inventor went to university. And if you think that you can succeed without the university, give me examples. Compare the people who went to university and succeeded and those who didn't go to university and succeeded. Thank you.
First proposer, you have 3 minutes to make your submissions.
Mahatma Gandhi says that knowledge gained through experience is far superior and many times more useful than bookish knowledge. Many times more useful than bookish knowledge. That's why Kogo Victor Simwa from Kapsabet High School stands here to strongly oppose this motion that states university education is essential for achieving success. What is university education? Well, university education is the formal educational formal education and professional experiences that occur in different areas of teaching in the form of higher education that includes undergraduate and graduate courses. What is essential? When we say something is essential, well, something is essential when it is completely necessary in a particular situation or for a particular activity. What is to achieve when we say somebody has achieved? Well, achieving is successfully reaching a desired objective by effort, skill, or courage. Effort, skill, or courage. And what is success? Well, according to us, success is a level that you have achieved something that you want and have been trying to do or get, therefore attaining self-fulfillment. Self-fulfillment. Well, when we put a lot of emphasis on university education, we do not result in achieving success. Instead, what do? We force people to devise ways out of this. We force our students in the high schools, Form 4 candidates of KCSE, to devise methods of getting grades that are above the cutoff to the university. Is that success? Well, according to the star.com, in 2018, we saw results of over 3,000 students annulled, with results of over 53 schools held with the suspicion of cheating. Why are the students cheating? They want to be above the cutoff to go to university. The same case is in 2017, where over 1,000 students got their results cancelled. Why? They want to be above the cutoff. Last year, we saw a student committing suicide. This is according to capitalfm.com. A student of Moi Nyabahanse's Girls Secondary School. A 22-year-old girl who, after repeating from Otingo Mixed School, got a cyst and was not able to go to the university, ended up drowning herself in the well. Why? Because the parents want her to get a grade above the cutoff to university. Is that success? It is not. Let me end by agreeing with the Joy Bell C that university can teach you skill and give you opportunity, but it can't teach you sense, and it cannot give you understanding, for it is only produced within the soul. Thank you.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
With much joy on the stage, my name is Enoch Samuel. I'm quite happy when you tell me that you need experience for you to work, but you only forget that in university, experience is one of the examinations. And that's why if I go to study education in any university, one of my examinations will be go teach people. If they understand, you have passed the examination. Effort, skills. Yes, I want to be successful in life. Then what happens? I come up with a post whereby I need 10 people. 100 people apply for that post. Then I look through them. They all have what I need. So what do? Will I employ the 100 ones? Of course, no. I have a space for only 10. So if you had an extra effort for you to be valid for this given position, then I give it to you. Come with a degree. It's open for you. About cutoff. If you don't get to your cutoff point, then your marks, you are being cancelled from the examination process. Allow me to tell you that for better tomorrow to happen, we need leadership. But then, will you encourage someone to cheat, and then tomorrow he'll be a doctor giving you the wrong medicine just because you did not cancel his examinations? Can you give it a thought? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take you to a post on educationalpathwaysinternational.org that gives us facts and tells us that university education is more than the next level of achieving success in our world. We can learn from the people maybe who at some point in their life came up with the major companies we know. And that's why Steve Jobs will tell you, for Apple to be successful, I had to come up with Apple University. How happy is it when I use an iPhone? For me to come here today, I had a motion that I did not have any idea. Do you know where I did my research? From Google, using internet. Google by a Stanford student, and internet by a graduate from MIT. Then isn't that what we call success? More than success. We need people, maybe at some point, I am successful. But my success is through what did I gain when I was in the university? The capacity to contribute in my society. And that's why you'll agree with me today. Mention the major leaders, the best leaders we have today. Is it Anyang Anyong? Just because of university education. And that tells you, for us to have the next generation prosper, the university education is essential for our success. Thank you.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
My name is Johnson Aboge from Kapsabet High School. The first proposer, beautiful Chep Korir, and the second proposer, Enoch Samuel. The first proposer said that university provides you with skills for employment, and the second proposer said that in terms of employment, employers have preference for degree holders. But the question is, for some careers, like, let's say I wanted to be a comedian like DJ Shitty, are those adverts really important to me in the newspaper? It's not very important. I mean that university education is not very essential for success. I come from a fishing community and we like fishing so much, and we usually use baits, and the baits are usually sweet things. And beneath the bait lies a hook which catches the swift fish. We see university education as a bait for the trajectory to success in life, but beneath it, especially in the Kenyan scenario, is a very little hook. Why do I say this? This is because university graduates in our country have accumulated very large amounts of debts due to provision of the Higher Education Loans Board loans. And if you look at our research by potentash.com, published in the August 1st, 2019, 2 days ago, its statistics analyze the effects of HELB loans on university students. You find that after you have been employed, 25% of your monthly salary is cut off so as to repay the HELB loan, meaning that you will still be mired in the clay of poverty, hence impeding the realization of SDG number 1 of no poverty. You'll also find that it leads to exploitation of very innocent graduates of university, because for you to apply for most of the jobs today, you need a HELB clearance certificate at 1,000 shillings, even if you never took the HELB loan. What is chasing the toad that it should hop at midday? What is chasing us that we should disregard university education as the essential path to success? This is because some celebrities whom we really admire didn't have to go through the same path. We have Bill Gates, who dropped out of Harvard College. Right now, his net worth is $103.8 billion US. We have Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, who founded it in the year 2004. Dropped out from the same Harvard College. His net worth right now is 75.5 billion shillings. But I'm not looking at their success in terms of the money that they have. What impact have they had in the technological advancement of our world? We find also invariably that there are some people in this world whom we never got to see, but they have laid a successful path in terms of their lives. Some of the religious people whom we really admire didn't have university education. No, they didn't even go to school at all. For the Muslims, we have Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him. We find that he didn't have education, formal education, but he has laid out a religious community that is highly respected in the world and has moral sense. For us Christians, we have the Lord Jesus Christ, who didn't go to school at all, but is very successful in terms of making us as Christians to have moral sense in our day-to-day lives. Is it very important for us to go to university? I believe it isn't. Thank you.
The proposers have been asked, since university education is being regarded in this motion as very important for success in life, does that mean that anybody who cannot access even basic education has no chance of success at all? The proposers have been asked, with regards to their example about Bill Gates having gone to university and dropped out, but he is successful today, doesn't that mean that he has some level of university education that contributed to his success? Proposer, you have 3 minutes to respond.
You are looking at Jurist Dr. Joyce Nyawera Karemi. This is my dream in 2036. And this can only be achieved if I go to university and acquire law education. Lina, people might not have basic education. And that is why we have companies sponsoring students so that they can get the basic education. Currently, I'm under sponsorship of Safaricom. Isn't that what the society wants? Valuable talents can't be ignored at all. But let's be real and factual. We don't have these talents, or if we haven't yet discovered. And that is why the rest of us have to go to university education, to university and get this material success that we want. You talk about athletes. Some of these athletes are exploited because they don't have management skills, because they didn't go to university. So people might take advantage of them. According to Guardian.com, Apple has 132,000 employees, Amazon 647, and one of the qualifications is that you must have a degree or you must be a university graduate. That is one of the qualifications. So it gives you a wider employment range. You also make more money. I hear that my friends tell me I am studying with an old grandfather. Why does that person go there? They need to have more money so that they can also be able to improve their lives. That is one way out of many ways that we can define success. For instance, a high school education graduate earns $30, bachelor's degrees $50, and higher degree $70. This is according to educationcorner.com. It also benefits your family. When you have some education, your family is going to be proud to say, I have a daughter in university. And that is something that all of us strive. When I came to school for second term, my mother told me, my dear daughter, go and study, go to university. We look up to you because there is no other alternative. We say that education is the most powerful weapon that you can rule the world with. And through education, we can be able to, university education in specific, you become more knowledgeable. It also gives you an opportunity to network. You meet people from different places who have different ideologies. You come together and you look at a way you can make the world a better place to be. What if you just you just stay at your home and make your things? How will you know that this is what is happening? Join me. University is essential.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to respond to your question.
To answer the question that I have been given. Yes, Bill Gates dropped out of university. But this doesn't necessarily mean that he wasn't successful. Some of the reasons why we hear people are dropping out of university, some of the reasons of the common folk youth, is that either they are not understanding what is the information that is being passed to them, or rather, they see it as if of no importance. So, what is the essence of having university education if you're going to be having our youths keep dropping out from them? To my first point, some learned leaders are the most inefficient. I know many of you are wondering why I have this bag with me. I have this to make you see the essence of some educated leaders who end up being the most inefficient. Robert Mugabe, Zimbabwe. He was regarded to be the most learned president during his time, yet he made Zimbabwe to have the poorest economy. According to WSJ.com, the highest value of the note in Zimbabwe is $100 trillion. Can you imagine a scenario whereby I have money in this bag of mine and I want to go and buy a wheelbarrow? What do you think would be in the mindset of many? I'm going to buy a wheelbarrow with money that is so much that it needs another wheelbarrow to be carried. Do you really think that is doing justice to SDG number 8? We'll be deteriorating in economic growth because the value of our currency will be lowering by the day, nosediving each and every moment. Is that where we want our country to be? I believe it's not. Our country is looking forward to a bright future, which cannot be achieved if we have such leaders who are actually inconveniencing the country. University education, they say. I believe it doesn't help much, as we have thousands, and mark my words, thousands of university graduates tarmacking the roads looking for jobs. Information given by Member of Parliament Anthony Olwoch of Mathare constituency. Overall unemployed university graduates among youth is at 55%. That is from africacheck.com. Do you really think that these universities are actually doing their part or their role in making sure that we have youth who have employment or jobs? According to web.worldbank.org, from 1998 to 2005, youth unemployment rose from 60% to 72%. Food for thought.
Posers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
If a person is unable to reason and think for himself, then that person will have a problem in finding and keeping a job. They will therefore need to be successful. They need to improve on their educational background. That is why people like Damboki, after coming up with a comedian show like Churchill, they still went back. Employment, critical thinking, personal development, school dropout. You drop out after you get necessary education from university to implement. First, you must have stepped up into that university. Quality education is enhanced by going to university. That is one way of establishing SDG number 4. More money and very many benefits. And I hope our judges have also gone to university education, and you can assert it's essential.
Posers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
Now, the thesis of canonizing university education as the primary path to success is highly destitute of merit because of the anomalies in university education that have rendered it already unreliable. Now, in my community, you say that it is wisdom to look for a black goat while it's still daytime. And the goat that I've found out today is the essential factor in success in life. Now, if you look at these apparatus that I'm holding here, there is a lock, there is a key. The lock is the success in life that we want. The key is the pathway to success, which includes university education, pure talent. But what do I need to unlock this thing? I need to turn it using force. That force represents attitude and determination. That is the underlying factor for success in life, regardless of which path you want to succeed in. I believe that is enough for a wise man. Thank you.
Daisy, good examples. I like the examples that you started with, some of them very personalized. However, I was just trying to debate here with my colleague judge about Bob as an example. So he has been encouraging you guys to study. Anybody who gets a cutoff that is university admissible, he will take you up there, is it? Which is good. So Bob as an example, would you say he was successful or not? Yes, you said, yes, he did not have, but still sort of alluded to the fact that he was successful. But anyway, that was okay on your end. It was for them to pick that up. They did not. Enoch, I think yes, you did well, but some of there's need for completing every sentence that you give or every submission that you give so that it connects completely. Don't leave us filling up some things for ourselves, but you still did very well. Joyce, well done. You talked about these companies, Apple and Amazon, and the qualification to get employment as being a degree, is it? So the question is, and which my colleague judge here has said, does that mean that getting employment equals to success? That's where you should have started from, okay? So that at least you can now connect these two.
Kapsabet boys, I like the fact that you gave us examples of certain characters who have been successful without necessarily going to the university. But the question was that besides just enumerating or listing, this people, is how else, what was it that made them successful? Okay. And then again, how do we define success? Okay. Is it by the size of company that you've set up? Is it by the fact that you're able to impact society in a particular way? Is it that you're bringing about a change in society? So what are the markers of success? And if these people did not go to university and have been successful in your eyes, then what is it that was essential, in their lives that actually led them to that success? Okay. Maybe I was expecting a lot more in terms of high level of synthesis because you're at the semis and the stakes are higher. But all the best to the two schools.
So in this battle of wits and not fists, Kapsabet High School, the judges saw it fit to award you 75%. Let's give them a round of applause. Mpesa Foundation Academy, the judges awarded you 70%. Let's give them a round of applause. With that, we'd like to congratulate Kapsabet High School for being the greater debater in this semi-final.
For today's conversation, we are done here on stage, but for you at home, keep it going across our social media platforms. The hashtag is GDC for SDGs. Thank you for staying tuned. I have been your host, Esperanza Kapanga.
And until the next episode, I am Chris Buru.